The last section of paper 2 is section C, which is the most complicated to do because there's so many different scenarios you can do. So the first thing to read here clearly is answer question 3. Everyone in the country has to do that. And then either question 4, 5, or 6. Okay, in case of red and green in Bristol, we do question 6, which is energy. Okay, but I'll explain how all that works. So question number 3 is about resources, water, food, and energy in the UK specifically. Usually, okay. So in this case here, you've got a map here of the happiest people from a scale of 0 to 10. You have to calculate the difference between the happiest and the unhappiest populations. That's basically calculating the range. So the lowest and the highest, and the range is 4.75. Nice and easy, 1 mark, okay. Question number 3.2, it says, using figure 9 above and your own knowledge, explain how inequalities in the supply of resources influence social well-being. So basically, why are some parts of the world happier, and how's that linked to resources? Well, the main one is you've got here in the mark scheme, for example, richer countries will have means to purchase energy for personal use and industrial development. This will increase the happiness of the population as they will have good standards of living. Okay, this can be seen with a score of above 7.3 in northwestern Europe. Okay, you could talk about that. You could say that countries in sub-Saharan Africa are generally unhappy as people's well-being will be harmed because they cannot access adequate food. As these areas may have significant percentage of undernourished people, well, it's going to have a massive impact on their happiness. Okay, you can also talk about the lack of access to clean water in some countries, etc. Okay, question 3.3, it says outline one opportunity created by changing demand for food in the UK. One of the big changes is a move toward organic, locally produced food. So if you're a local organic farmer in the UK, your customer base is going to increase significantly. So you could talk about that as your local farmers will benefit. This means that they'll have more disposable income, and there will also be less carbon footprint in the food we eat. Okay. Then 3.4, you've got a map here of water transfer schemes. The question says, what the question below says, using figure 10 above and your own knowledge, suggests how the proposed water transfer schemes will meet the needs, the changing demand for water in the UK. Well, the changing demand for water is that we've got a growing population. It says it here, Oxfordshire's population is expected to boom and increase significantly. As a result of that, the water consumption will increase hugely. Same for London over there. Therefore, water transfer schemes will allow to move water from water surplus areas to water deficit areas, and therefore meet the growing consumption of water in areas of the UK with a growing population, but with water scarcity. Okay. As for question 6, when you get to the following part, it says answer either question 4, 5, or 6. In the case of red and green, we skip 4. Feels weird in an exam because you feel that you're leaving stuff blank. You skip 5 and you leave everything blank, and you go straight to question 6. Okay, and question 6 is energy. Honestly, it's nice and easy. It says question number 1, name one Asian or Middle Eastern country which data show has a high risk of energy security. Well, you can, or any Middle East countries basically have a high risk of energy security because they produce their own. Okay, so you can say Oman, Thailand, Iraq, Syria, UAE, Uzbekistan, etc., Central Asia. How many South American countries for which data is shown have an above average energy security? You just have to count the ones that are in red, in orange. In this case, 3. Okay, above average, you've got Peru, Chile, and Brazil. Okay, it then says the percentage of 8 countries for which data is shown have an above average is 37.5. Describe the distribution of countries with low risk category. The distribution of countries with low risk are most of the countries are in Northwestern Europe or North America. Most of them of the countries with low risk are high income countries. You get a mark for that, and you just have to explain it, saying, well, if low income countries have the low risk, there are a few exceptions, such as South America. And you can also talk about the fact that most countries in Northwest in the USA, with one of each of South America, Africa, and Australasia also having one. Okay, that's for what the mark scheme tells you, and it's all based on the map above. So, for instance, you've got Australia over there, you've got Nigeria, and you've got Peru here. And actually, just realizing I said Peru is Ecuador over there. Anyway, so then we've got the final one, which is a One reason why countries have low risk and energy security, one of them is they have high income, so they can purchase their energy. Therefore, they might also have plenty supply of fossil fuels. But the main one is they have enough money to buy resources from other countries if they don't have enough themselves. So the final question is a 6-mark question. You don't ever get 9-mark questions in resources. It's asking, using an example of LIC-NEE to explain how local strategies are being used to increase sustainable supplies of energy. In the case of red and green, we learned about the Kimberley solar farm in South Africa. You need to tell me about the benefits of solar power. Talk to me about the benefits of Kimberley solar power for South Africa. So, for instance, as an area, it's the second city in the world to get street lighting after Philadelphia in the USA. Clearly highlighting that South Africa was actually ahead of the game because they've got so much resource of sunshine. Okay, so talk to me about the what the benefits of it, how it can increase their energy security. Okay, so it says here students should utilize information to show how this is small scale in nature, focusing on more appropriate technology. So South Africa has lots of sun, so they're embracing what they have, and it might actually allow them to generate some affordable energy. Okay, that will benefit their energy supply, which will in turn benefit its food, its resources like water, etc. Okay, because then electricity is used for just so much. So talk to me basically the benefits of Kimberley Solar Farm in South Africa. Okay.